Be quiet. Take her in the room. You are live. Do 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 do. There you go. Where's Hey, where's my mic stand? What happened to my mic stand? Kenny, where my mic stand? What y'all do with my mic stand? It's where my mic sit on. Cut that light on for a second. Christmas gifts for I to come out with this information I'm going to give. So what I'm gonna do, you gotta give me a second. I'm gonna give y'all some holiday information that's going to change your too much static. Can you can you hear me better now? So I'm gonna go on Facebook and tell everybody to come over here and I'm gonna give y'all some holiday sauce and I'm going to show you something. I was looking for my mic stand, my kids. I normally hold my mic. Okay. All right. So let me get everybody on Facebook. I was trying to give me a second while I get everybody to come over. I got to figure out how I'm going to do this mic now. I can't. My kids got my mic stand and I don't know where is it at. I don't know where my mic stand is at. So let me get everybody tagged in here. And I'm going to give you, don't go nowhere. You're going to get some valuable information. I'm going to show you something. All these secure party creditors, all of these people haven't been teaching y'all. And what they're doing, y'all got to come up. What they've been doing is having you do all of this process and they're not showing you the law. So we're going to talk about how do you get trust credits. And I'm going to show you in the law as it relates to everything that's going on. So I'm going to tell everybody they got to come over to Facebook. They got to come over to, and I'm going to give y'all some sauce. Now, there's different ways to go about doing this, but y'all need to give me a second and let me get this done. I'm just trying to get set up. I'm trying to get everybody to come through on Facebook. I can't believe my kids done lost my mic stand. Um, I need to probably give me a big one anyway. Give me a few minutes. Give people time to come in, and I'm gonna show y'all something today. I'm gonna give y'all some real good information. Trying to tag. Hey, everybody need to come over to my Moores Universal Society of Tribes channel. Y'all need to come on to Facebook and come on to my Moores Universal Society of Tribes channel, right? Let me go to my YouTube channel. Y'all need to come over here because I'm going to give y'all some sauce today. I'm on live. Y'all need to come on in on this channel and let me give you some of this real life sauce. some of this sauce. Let me give you some of this sauce. Just give me about 2 more minutes. I ain't gonna say 5. Give me 2 more minutes, and I'm gonna get started. 2 more minutes. Relax. Y'all need to get your pens and paper together. And I'm gonna give y'all some stuff, some of this sauce. Come on over to my channel. Y'all need to come on over to my channel, to my Facebook channel, Universal Society of Tribes. So I tagged a lot of people. I'm trying to see now. This is what's going on as it relates to this. Let me turn this around. Let me get y'all on this, right? Oh shoot. So let's get started. So get your pens and papers out, and we're gonna get started. And y'all need to share this video, cause the stuff that I'm finna give y'all right now, most you ain't seen none of this information. You ain't seen it because most of the people are just making up stuff, and they telling you, and they're not using the guise of law as it relates to the jurisdiction. So let me share my screen. I got everything set up so you guys can see what's going on. I'm trying to get people on here. So, my fault. So let's go to the Social Security manual. Let me see what's part. So let me ask you, how do you earn trust credits? How do you earn trust credits? So I want y'all to understand this as it relates to the jurisdiction. I'm trying to get all of this stuff together. Y'all need to understand this as it relates to the jurisdiction. And I'm trying to go back and tag everybody else in. I don't know. I just hit the button. So let's look at it. Trust earning income. Trust earning, also called trust income. This is straight coming. This ain't me. This is coming from the Social Security manual. You got to understand this is coming straight out of their manual. So you got to understand trust income. So trust earnings, income. Trust earning, also called trust income, or amounts earned by the trust principal. I want you to understand trust earning, also called trust income, or amounts earning by the trust principal. They may take such form as interest, dividends, royalties, and rents. These amounts are unearned income to any person legally able to use them for personal support and maintenance. If the trust beneficiary has no rights to receive or demand the earnings, trust income is not countable to him or her. So, y'all got to understand how to use the trust. I want you to understand how to use the trust. Principal of the trust cannot be counted as income. Trust principal, let's go here, let's go. That's the homeowners. Let me see. What's this one? What did I do with it? That's for the home. So let's go over this trust. So third party trust. A third party trust is trust established with assets of someone other than the trust beneficiary or his or her spouse. For example, a grandparent can establish a third party trust using his or her assets with a grandchild as the trust beneficiary. Be alert for situations where a trust is allegedly established with assets of a third party, but in reality is created with the trust beneficiary property. In such case, the trust is a grantor trust, not a third party trust. So you got to understand how this trust stuff works. And I'm finna break it down. I'm trying to show you that trust principle cannot be used as an asset. Um, I'm trying to see what did I do with. Let me see. Let me go here. I did it somewhere here. Deprivation. So let's go here. Uh, this is this income trust testimony. I just was on this trust legal requirement. So let's go here. I'm gonna show you, right? Trust requires legal review. Example of a trust that requires legal input. The SS claimant is the beneficiary of a revocable trust. Let's say this again. Trust requires legal review. The SSI claimant is the beneficiary of a revocable trust established with her father's asset for her future care. Hold on. Let's go here again. Her father is her legal guardian, the claimant as trust beneficiary. No authority to terminate the trust. The claim specialist review the trust documents to see if the claimant through her legal guardian has unrestricted access to the trust principal, whether the trust provide for payment on her behalf or whether the trust principal generates income. The trust document is very complex, and the facts that the claimant's father is the grantor trustee and her legal guardian further complicates the situation. The CS cannot determine whether the trust principal is available to the trust beneficiary through the grantor or trustee. So let me see where's I gotta go through. Trust principal is not a resource. Example of a trust that is not a resource. So I'm trying to get everybody to come in as I give you this sauce, and I'm gonna show you something about how you understand how to get your trust right. Cause everybody ain't giving you the game. And I'm taking you straight to the law. This is the Social Security Manual Handbook. So, example of a trust that is not as not a countable resource. The SSI recipient is the beneficiary of a irrevocable trust created and funded by her deceased parents. Her brother is trustee. The terms of the trust give the brother full discretion prior to withdraw funds for his sister's education expenses. The trustee uses the funds to pay the recipient tuition and room and board at the boarding school. The trust pays $25 a month monthly interest income to separate accounts that designate the recipient as owner. She has a right to use the funds in any way she wishes. The trust also contains a valid spendthrift clause that provides the trust beneficiary from transferring her interest in the trust payments prior to receipt. Analysis. So, I want you to understand how the language in the trust is very exclusive to what you're trying to accomplish and do. Everybody on Facebook, please come to the Moors Union of Sovereign Tribes and check this out. And I'm going to show you how this works. Why are you not getting your trust credits? Where is your trust credits and where do they come from? And I'm going to show you that. And I'm going to show you how language is very important to get your compensation for your trust. So I'm giving you how to write information on language that's specific to the jurisdiction as it relates to the trust so that you can understand how to deal with the trust and what you need to do when you go to the Social Security Administration. You need to assess the trust. Your children cannot contract. You right now, if you have small children, your children are the beneficiaries of your trust. They get money of the trust. You got to set it up how the trust property can be used in the rights associated with the trust property and how to utilize what they call a block grant or any other grant like I told you or any way that this trust can be conveyed. But I'm going to show you where you get how to get your trust credits. Most of y'all ain't got no trust credits because you don't understand the Constitution and you don't know how to spell this out. So let me go here. Let's go back to this one, right? We're gonna come back and I'm just showing you how the trust, you need to understand how the trust need to be set up. Let's go to the Constitution. Now, the Fifth Amendment, it says, no person shall be held to answer for a capital or otherwise infamous crime unless on a presentment or indictment of grand jury. So when they talk about a presentment, they're talking about a statement of facts. We need to see the contract. Anytime they're trying to bring some charges on you, you need to see contracts. Except in cases arising in land or naval forces or in the militia when in actual service of time, war, or public danger, no person shall be subject for the same offense twice. So once you set up the trust, they can't bring these charges against you twice. I'm giving y'all some game. They can't get, because you got to understand they charging you with breach of trust, contempt. They're charging you of certain things and your contracts don't spell out or indemnify you in certain instances where you got certain things and you got certain things in place where you can get your benefit. It says, but in put in jeopardy of life or limb, nor shall be compelled in any criminal case to be a witness against himself, nor be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. So they can't take your property without due process of law. Y'all need to come to the Mars Union of Sovereign Tribes because it's going to keep going in and out. Come over to my site where I'm going to show you where I'm on Facebook going live. Come over to this site right here, Moors Universal Society of Tribes, if you on Facebook, because you won't be able to hear me, and I'm going to show you how to get your credits to your trust. I'm going to show you something, right? So you guys need to come on over and you need to come to this to my YouTube channel because you're not going to be able to hear me. You need to come over to the YouTube channel. So let me go back. Let me show you in the Constitution. Let me break this down because I got people on Facebook. So let's go back over here, right? Oh, smack. Let me get this. Babe, could you do me a favor? Could you set up her phone for me so she can have her phone for Christmas? They closed. Kroger's closed. Oh yeah. No, they closed. They closed. There you go, baby. They closed. Oh. So let's talk about this. Come on to the go to my YouTube page real quick. You're not gonna be able to hear me. So nor shall private property be taken for public use without just compensation. This is very important. Nor shall private property be taken for public use without just compensation. Here is you earn credits. This is how you earn your credits to the trust. This is how you earn your credits through the Fifth Amendment. I want you to understand this is where you own your credits. When they take your private property, faith without works is dead. You only get what credit is due. So how do you earn trust credits, family? So let's go to the Social Security manual. How do you earn credits? You qualify for Social Security benefits by earning Social Security credits when you work a job and pay Social Security taxes. Okay? So you're talking about what is a tax? A tax is a servitude or an obligation of the trust, right? It's a tax or obligation of the trust. So who must assess the trust? So how do you create credits for your trust? Do you get the credit of God? Let me ask you, do you get the full faith and credit of God? Do you understand how to create trust credits for your trust? What does that mean? That means that once you fulfill certain obligations and requirements of the trust, those credits are now the trust credits. And now those credits can be offset the type of obligations and duties. So what do? You need to create your trust and based upon certain things, then credits are created and then those credits are extended. How are they using your credits? They're taking your private property, which is your data, and using it as a resource, and they telling you. This is what they telling you. They telling you. They telling you resources. Trust principle is a resource. They're telling you it's a resource. So, disbursement to or for benefits of the trust beneficiary. If the trust principle is a resource to an individual, disbursement from the trust principle received by the individual or that result of the receipt of something by the individual or not income but conversion of resources. However, trust earnings may be income. Daddy, give me a bottle on me. Stop, man. Leave her alone. For instructions pertaining to conversion of resources from one form to another. For treatment of income when the trust principle is a resource in this section. For treatment of dividends and interest as income. So let's click onto this, right? So you got to understand how to write the trust. You never went to Social Security Administration and created your trust. So when your resources are created, you get credit where credit is due, and now those credits offset. That's in your Social Security is an insurance policy that discharges any debt obligation. But it has to be done through the Social Security Administration. Y'all are not doing it right. Y'all are going out trying to create a trust filing it on the state and doing all of this other stuff. No, this is what you do. You sit down, you go to the Social Security Department. They're the ones who issue the Social Security number. Why would you go to any other department? They are the only ones that create and issue the number. Why would you go to any other institution talking about the Social Security number when they tell you that the Social Security number belongs to them? It's an account. You are not assessing the tax. This tax assessment is the obligations and duties. Did you fill the requirements of the trust, right, to offset any debt requirement? So, did you know how to write the trust? Take it to the Social Security Administration. Let them look at the trust. They're going to authenticate the document. You can now take that trust to the bank. You ain't even got to go to. You ain't even got to go to court. You can go straight to the Social Security. So let's go to Social Security. Hold on. Hey, Kenny Bo. I talk about that later. I'm on the live. Kenny. So I want you to go create your personal My Social Security account today. Create an account. Are y'all going to create your account? Or you know or have ever been a victim of domestic violence, identity theft? Do you? So you're going to go in, put your information in, password, and you're going to set you an up account. For you still ain't, y'all got to go to my Moorish Universal Society of Tribes. Go to Social Security and create your account. Sign in. I'm not going to sign in. So once you go there, right, you can set up your account and you can manage your account. And now you can set up everything. You can look at your payments and everything and how everything is working. You can set up your account and enter this and go through this and set up you an account. You got to go to this and set this up. So let's go here. Prepare, right? Apply. After you apply for benefits, sign up for Medicare, check application. Yeah. You got your phone? Yeah. So you gotta set up you gotta this is applying for your retirement. Like you too. Apply for monthly retirement benefits time at age 62 to 70. We calculate your payments by looking at how much you earned throughout your life. So let's go back to the Social Security. You qualify for Social Security benefits by earning Social Security credits when you work in a job and pay Social Security taxes. Okay? So this is what y'all do, right? Y'all convert that Social Security number into a tax identification number. You don't supposed to do that. It says if you are in the military, you earn Social Security credits the same way civilian employees do. Right? Civil. So this is why the civil law, you're a civilian. This is why the civil law applies to you because you are a civilian. And you, instead of you being deployed in the military, you are employed. You are in the military. How do I know you're in the military? Let's go to the Ohio Constitution and let me show you how you in the military. Let me show you. Let's go back. I'm gonna give y'all some sauce today. All citizens, residents of this state being 17 years of age and under the age of 67 years shall be subject to enrollment in the militia and performance of military duty in such manner not compatible with the Constitution and the laws of the United States as may be prescribed by law. So you are in the military. So are you fulfilling your duties? So you get credits as you fulfill your duties and obligations. Are you working? What are you doing in the military? What are you doing in this jurisdiction? What are you doing when you understand how this stuff works? My screen. I keep hitting this. I keep hitting this thing and keep pulling the cord out. So I gotta be careful. So how do you get your credits? Shall private property be taken for public use without just compensation, nor shall private property be taken for public use without just compensation. So they're telling you this is how you get your credits. This is how you get your credits. Right here. You gotta create your tax credits. They can't take private property without giving you just compensation. Are you accepting, or are you getting the compensation, or are you describing what the compensation is? Or are you telling them how you want your credits? I told you your straw man is a movie star and you have to understand. So let's go to personal credits. I'm going to show you some stuff as it relates to this, and I'm going to show you how this stuff works. Let's see, where's the word? Personal credits. So, when you create your tax credits, they are personal credits. They are personal credits. So, once you understand how you set up your trust to get your trust credits, they're personal credits. Now, anybody who now want to convey the trust, now as you do everything, you have to release your trust credits over to them, and now they have the tax liability. They have to fulfill the obligation of the trust as you convey the trust over them as it relates to how you create your trust. They telling you. So I'm showing you through the Social Security manual how they create, how they tell you how you earn trust credits. This is how to earn credits. Have y'all looked at this and understood how to write your documents as it relates to trust? They tell you we also have special rules about how you earn credits for other kinds of work. Some of these jobs are domestic works, farm works, work for nonprofits or religious organizations that does not pay Social Security tax. Wow! Wow! Message. Work for nonprofits profits or religious organization that does not pay Social Security tax. Contact us if you have a question about how you earn credits in your job. Y'all don't hear me though. Y'all don't hear me though. Y'all don't hear me. Let me see. Is anybody on there? Right? My mic ain't working. Let me know. I couldn't see y'all. Is my mic working? I'm gonna stop sharing the screen for a second. Is my mic working? Somebody tell me yes or no. Is my mic working? So you don't know how to assess your tax, your credit. Tax is an obligation. It's an obligation or duty of the trust. This is how you get your credits. So when you create your trust, it's a tax or obligation required by you to get trust credits. So you got to understand how to write the trust to get the trust credits so that you can offset and discharge the obligation and how you supposed to deal with the Social Security. They telling you what to do. Y'all not assessing it. Y'all going to every other institution other than the Social Security Department and giving them your trust. You're supposed to give the Social Security Department the trust. If you're going to be in the United States jurisdiction, understand I'm giving y'all a Christmas gift. Y'all not setting up your trust account correctly with the Social Security Department, and you're not doing the necessary things so that you can get your trust benefits or your trust credits. You're not getting your trust credits because you didn't set up your trust, where now your trust get credits, right? And what is the credits that you're supposed to get once again? So the United States say, okay, this is how you earn credits. You deal with us accordingly, and we should accredit your account. And anybody who's trying to utilize those trust credits, and then you have the evidence, which is the material facts of the trust, the trust construction, the language of the trust contracts, everything that you can now present to the court. The Social Security Administration is going to authenticate the documents. They're the ones who are going to hold them. They are the trustees. They have the fiduciary responsibility. You're supposed to tell them how you want their Social Security account to be handled. You didn't do that. You volunteered your information, gave it to them, and they don't know what to do with it, so they apply it accordingly. Because you didn't take the time and responsibility to deal with the Social Security Administration appropriately and deal with the laws. So, like I told you, let's go back to people who buy houses, and I'm going to show you as I share the screen how this stuff supposed to work. I'm not saying this. This is Social Security. This is the United States Constitution. I told you, you must be a constitutionalist. So anytime they take private property, they got to give you just compensation. That is a constitutional requirement. That is already settled by res judicata. It's already Congress they have the vested interest in creating the Constitution. They have the right to create the laws. So anytime they take the property, you got to understand how to get the credits out of it. So let's look at the Social Security. Let's go to the Social Security manual. Let me go to the manual. Let me show you something. A lot of you guys running around. I'm a secure party creditor. I'm a secure party. I'm a secure party, man. I'm a party hardy. Really? Where it go? Where it go? Yeah, we can go to the store. So check this. Hold on. I ain't even gonna get it. Yeah, man. It's just too much. I'm trying to just show you something. Let me show y'all something. We're gonna go down to. We're gonna go down here. I ain't even. We're gonna go down here. Let's check this out. Let me show y'all something for y'all. We ain't even talk about oil trust. Oil trust, states recognized as binding. Let's go here. If the state in question recognized oil trust as binding, see original instructions. Records record all relevant information, obtain all parties signed statements describing the arrangement, and unless uh, regional instructions specify otherwise, refer to the case through the Assistant Regional Commission in Management and Operational Support. So, state does not recognize as binding. If the state does not recognize oil trust as binding, determine whether the agency relationship exists and develop under regular resources counting rules or transfer of resources as applicable for transactions involving agents. It says determine the nature and value of trust property. I ain't even gonna go through all this. I'm just want to see this. I'm trying to go through. So let's go through trust process. So let's go through trust process because the trust process is the due process of law for the trust. It's the due process of law for the trust. So, in order for somebody to extract or apply everything to you, they must go through the trust instructions, and it's already settled into the trust. So, what do you do, right? When you set up the trust with the Social Security, you can get the authentication of records. Then you take that to the bank. You let the bank, y'all, you deal with the bank. The bank got to do what the Social Security Administration tell them to do because they signed off on the trust. Now the bank has to do with the Social Security account, and you got to understand how this works. But let's look at a. Let me see if I can find it. A. Let me see. Yeah, man, this is why I say I did some of this in my last stuff, but I didn't go all the way in on this. So let me see if I can find. So I had it. Hold on. So let's go to the Social Security Palms. Social Security. Ain't none of y'all read these daggone instructions, but y'all some Social Security free uh, tax shelter. So this is the Social Security. When to use rent-free shelter instructions. So they call it a rent-free shelter. And they talk about when you buy a home. When to use a rent-free shelter instructions. Use the section to develop the issue of rent-free shelter in both initial claims and post-eligible situation. Sequence develop of living arrangements. shows the value of the third party deduction does not apply. If there is an allegation that no one in the house has any ownership interest in or rental liability for the place of residence. Free shelter. It says shelter is rent free when no household member has any ownership in or rental liability for the resident. Rent like payment. Payments are like rent if made to or on the behalf of a shelter provided. There is no rental liability. Rent like payments may be reduced the amount of kind of support maintenance in form of rent, shelter, rent alike payments consist only of the following: cash to the shelter provider or vendor for the owner mortgage, real estate property tax, or rent on the resident where the claimant lives. So how do this work? So hold on, I'm trying to find a part. I'm trying to see where it says for homeowners. It says homeowners. I'm going to show you homeowners. Y'all didn't even read y'all. I was like, man, I'm a secure party king out there. Definition: home. An individual home is property in which he or she has ownership interest and serve as his or her principal place of residence. It can include the shelter in which he or she lives, the land on which the shelter is located, and related building on such land. It says now you got to comb through this because I did a video. Just because you have a principal place of residence, right, and all of that, once you understand this, right, long as you don't have if the trust owns it and they considered it as trust principal, then it can't be used as a resource unless you contract that out. So you got to understand how this works. So you got to understand how to earn tax credits. The trust sets up everything and give you, it says, okay, so this is how it works in the United States. When they take private property for the benefit of the government, you earn tax credits. Let me repeat this again. When government take private property, your private property, and use it for the government benefits, you own tax credits. They got to give you compensation. You don't know what you own. You trying to put all of these other things that you don't own in the trust. What do you own? That's what you need to figure out. This is why you need the master class. This is why language is very important when constructing your trust, so that now your trust you earn tax credits through your trust, in which the Social Security Department now recognize that you have tax credits, right? And rights as a resource that they're utilizing, that they're benefiting from, and you want to get your tax credits. And anybody, when you set up this trust, from the Social Security Administration. Now, this is very important. Let me go back. This is very important. Everybody left. I'm about to get up out of here. Ain't nobody on no more. I'm about to get up out of here. So, people left. I guess I was taking too long. Let me stop sharing the screen. So, I don't know if you couldn't hear me. Nobody stated that they couldn't hear me. But I'm about to get up out of here. Peace and love, family. I dropped some sauce. I'm going to start deleting my videos. So, peace. I'm out.